Okay, so finishing number 5C. I had multiplied the I term by the j and the k in vector b, multiplied the 2j term by the 3I term, and so now the 2j times negative 4j will just go to 0, so I'm going to save my ink and not write that one down, but then it'll be 2j cross 2k. Alright, and now I need to do my k terms. So 3k cross 3I, and then plus 3k cross negative 4j. Alright, so up here, 5 times negative 4 is negative 20, j, whoops, not j, negative 20. I cross j is going to be k, not j. 5 times 2 is 10. I cross k is negative j. 2 times 3 is 6. J cross I, negative k. 2 times 2 is 4. J cross k, I. 3 times 3 is 9. K cross I, j. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. K cross j is negative I. Alright, so we have negative 20k and negative 6k, so that's going to be negative 26k. We have negative 10j and positive 9j, so that's going to be negative j, writing it backwards. And 4i minus, and a minus is a plus, so 4i and 12i will be 16i. So A cross B is equal to 16i negative j minus 26k. Alright, and the last one, D, is A is negative 4j, oops, plus 6k, and B is 7i minus 3j. So A cross B. Negative 4j cross 7i. That one stays. Plus this j and j you don't have to do, so the next term will be 6k, or they go to 0 when you do it. Cross 7i plus 6k cross negative 3j. So negative 4 and 7, negative 28, j cross I, negative k. Plus 6 times 7, 42, k cross I, positive j. 6 times negative 3, negative 18, k cross j, negative I. Alright, so negative negative will be positive, so it'll be 18i plus 42j plus 28k. A cross B equals. Okay? So those are all the answers to number 5. Then I asked you to do number 6, which of course doesn't really appear on the sheet, but it's find the angles. Okay, so going back, using the cross product. So remember that A cross B is equal to the absolute value of A, absolute value of B, times, is it sine or cosine? It's sine for cross. Okay, so for A then, sine theta will equal A cross B, and you have to take the absolute value of this because it's a vector, over the absolute of A, absolute of B. Whoops, it's a straight line. So number 1 was back here, or A was back here. It was 2i minus 2k. So absolute value, 2 squared plus 2 squared, so that would be square root of 8 on the top. And on the bottom, it was root 3 and root 3 because they were 1s. Okay? And I think you get 0.9428. Do inverse sine, I think, and get 70.529 degrees, which should be the same as what we got in in question 4. Okay, for B, sine theta is equal to absolute value of A cross B over the absolute of A, absolute of B. So we flip back. For B, it was 12 squared, so 144. Whew, pick these numbers. 18 squared. If it wasn't so late at night, I might be able to do that in my head. 324 plus 64 and 144. So I get 532. So on the top, absolute value of 532, or excuse me, square root of 532. On the bottom, I'm just trying to find them again. 913, square root of 13, and square root of 52, 16, and 36, yeah. Divide them, take the inverse sine, and I think you get 62.514 degrees. C. Sine theta. Okay, so for C, it's up here. 16 squared, which is 256 plus 1 plus 26 squared. I think you get 933. So square root of 933 over 38 and 29. 38 and 29. And when you do this, you get theta is 66.945 degrees. All right, and D, sine theta equals A cross B over absolute of A, absolute of B. So, oh, this one's big. Man, 18 squared plus 42 squared plus 28 squared. So the square root of 2872 on the top. And we did the bottom before. 52 and 58. Square root of 52, square root of 58. Do the math, take the inverse sine, and you should get 77.379 degrees. And hopefully you notice, because the vectors that you used in number 3 and the vectors that you used in number 5, doing the dot product and the cross product, were the same. So the angles should be the same. It shouldn't matter which way you do the angles, you should get the same answer. Now, having said that, one of the things I want you to try is I want you to use vector, and we're going to run out of time here. Use vector A, which is 5i minus 6j plus 3k, and B, which is negative 2i plus 7j plus 4k. Okay, maybe pretend like this is a quiz or something, and I want you to do part A dot B. Part B, find the angle using that. Part C, A cross B. And part D, finding the angle using the cross product. Okay, so this video is going to end. Give that a shot, and then at the beginning of the next video, I'll do it. There's going to be a tiny little snag, so don't get upset when you get to the snag. I'm giving you this question for a reason. The snag won't happen, shouldn't happen until D, until you get to D.